Before I came to Blokes United, I've got a young daughter with my missus, so a lot of my life now just revolves around working and just going home and being a young family really now. Before that, when I was younger I used to play football all the time, and then I just got to the age of 16 and instead of playing football and boxing I just started drinking and chasing girls really, that was it. We'd got to the age of 16 and I played for the same football team for a few years, and I was really close to my football manager, and he had his second battle with cancer and he lost that, but before he lost it he had to stop managing the team, so from there it was like new managers took over, and after being together for so long it just weren't right, so I just left that football team and I didn't really enjoy playing with anybody else right? So from there I just stopped playing, and I think I ended up putting 10 stone on in 2 years, because I'd gone from like the age 6 to 16 boxing and playing football every night of the week, so I was always fit and everything, and then I stopped doing that and then drinking and getting takeaways, and I just piled it on. I don't know what it was. I just thought I wasn't doing anything. I have like 3 younger brothers and 2 of them play football, so a lot of my nights are spent taking them football. But I've made it now look like Thursday nights and my football nights, you know, my dad will take, if there's out on Thursday, my dad will take me. So I just, there was no like real spark. It was just I came down the one night to try it, and that coming down was the spark, you know.
Okay, yeah.
That was what got me into football. So like now I'm looking to get to the point where I'd like to get fit again, and I know that when I'm fit I can go and play football at a good standard. Obviously we're putting a lot of weight on and trying to play football. I had done my cruciate ligament in before, so my left leg's not great anyway, and you know I was like a couple of months ago I was like 27 stone plus, so it's not a great thing to have on your legs and your back, but like, now my leg's a bit stronger, I don't have back pain as much, and I can feel myself getting fitter again. Yeah. It felt like when I was young again, you know, like looking forward to playing football week in, week out. When I was a kid, if football got called off for any reason, it'd ruin my weekend. And like last week, England played Belgium, so it weren't on. But all the lads met up still, but it gutted me that football weren't on, you know. I had to play football on the Wednesday night instead, just so I had me one day. With Blokes United, we're going to get a few coaching badges done, and I'll be one of the people looking to do that. And from there we've talked about Blokes United expanding into the nights, but I'd like to maybe start, you know, coaching younger kids and going to the private areas with maybe a couple of us if we get coaching badges, and pulling kids off estates and trying to get them into football. Because like Liam, who's known as a good footballer, he never played football till he was 13. And maybe if he'd have started younger, he's good enough to be a professional. You know, he could play at a really good level. But he just never had anyone to say, "You're a good player, come and play for a football team." You know, he was happy playing down at the cage, which is fair enough. And there's other kids that are good enough to play football, or maybe like I had strict parents. My parents were strict, and on the stage you do get into trouble. So nowadays there's a lot more kids that parents don't care. Young parents, and they're just out causing trouble, because there was like a group of 20 of us that was meant to be put on ASBOs for being younger, but there's nothing to do. But if you get people that are from an estate that know what estate kids are like, they're more likely to get through to young lads than what some like a posh scout, you know, is likely to do, because if a kid's bad they'll just ban them from coming. You know what I mean? So they're not getting that chance anyway. So my personal thing is to try and expand, not into Blokes United, but from this project into getting younger kids, because like anything that's bad now is on a rise. That's the way the world is. Anything that's negative in the world is increasing. Like this is a lot of people here mental health, and I think there's more mental health in the world, and maybe that's because, you know, upbringing's sometimes getting worse and kids have got to fend for themselves a lot more. So that's I think I'd like to concentrate on kids a lot more than Blokes United, because a lot of it is, when you're an adult, it's your own doing. You know, like we all come by our choice. there's plenty of kids out there that would love a chance to play football, that just maybe the mum and dad don't care, or they just don't know where to go and play football. Schools don't care about them because they're bad kids. Police would rather ASBO them or split them up than giving them anything to do, you know. Like. So that's where I'd like to go with it myself.